Greetings, Lavender Pearl Vintage family. Listen, today I'm going to do my show about owls. I've been saying I was going to do this for quite some time, and I never got around to it. But before I get started, I wanted to say that I did do a little bit of research. I didn't go really deep into it like I wanted to. So I'm just going to name you some of the things that I found out about owls and jewelry, because I've always wanted to know why owls. Why would somebody make owls into jewelry? Well, needless to say, they make everything else into jewelry. You have elephants, you have different types of birds, you have different types of fish, cats, dogs, horses, bears. Everything is made. But the reason why owls fascinated me was because I constantly seemed like when I bought jars, I always got some type of owl in it. So let's talk about the symbolisms of owls. Okay, so the owls in jewelry. The symbolism is, we've always heard the wise old owl. They symbolize wisdom, knowledge, mystery, intelligence, protection, and secrets. And in Greece, it was this sacred animal of Athena, who was a goddess in Greece. But we can also talk about the Egyptians. Some of the smartest group of people. Well, I say that. I do have some other thoughts on it, but some of the smartest group of peoples had their hieroglyphics, but they also had owl etched into some of the hieroglyphics too. And I can see where they thought and maybe even worshipped owls for some reason, because they thought that they were so full of knowledge, or they were so wise. Again, we have that saying, the wise old owl. But I wanted to also bring this story to front too. There was a couple who were married, and I used to always make sure that they had additional food, because I would do a huge dinner every week for a specific church in this area, very well-known church in this area. And mostly elderly people would come, and they would get fed. I would make sure that they had a decent meal. Well, then one time I heard that his wife had passed, which was very sad, because I knew he was a gentleman that took very good care of his wife. And once I found that out, I just made sure that, when he would come, he would still come, and I would make sure that not only did he eat there, but he had a plate to carry home with him. And then one day he just came up and he handed me a box, and I didn't think much about it, but this was the box, and it had all of these little things all over it. It's like it told a story. And then I really found out that it was actually a purse. I had no idea that this was a purse. I just thought it was a really cute box that he gave me. And when I opened it, it was just full of jewelry. It's not full of jewelry now, because a lot of the jewelry that was in here I've taken out. But I noticed that she also had a lot of owl pieces that were in this box of jewelry. I didn't think much about it. I remember looking through it, and I basically just stuck it in the top of my closet, never thinking anything else about it. That's what I did. But I will tell you, and this is not anything to do with owls right now, but this piece here was a necklace that was broken, so that's why I thought it was just junk jewelry. But this is all glass. Every single one of these beads on this necklace is glass. And I mean, just beautiful pieces of glass. Again, it was broken, so I thought that all the jewelry that he gave me was basically junk jewelry. So after 10 years and a situation that had happened to me, I went through the box and I started finding these things. I joined this group and found out that some of the pieces in there were actually really nice pieces that I didn't know. I really just didn't know about that. So I'm going to show you the first piece that I got that I noticed in there was this piece right here. This was what you would consider the wise old owl. And you notice how large the eyes are. It's a very heavy piece sitting on the branch. This would be the back of it. I don't think that that's turquoise, but it does actually sound like a stone. So I'm not 100% sure. I just know that the piece is very heavy. If this looks like anything that you guys could recognize, because I've checked on here and I'm not finding anything that gives me any indication that that there's a maker's mark on here. I don't see anything like that. But it is a very heavy piece. And I just really don't know what to make of it. But I think it's beautiful. And I did notice that the clasp on it was a very simple clasp. And when you turn it this way, you just push this little piece in here, and that slips right out. And then to put it back, you squeeze it, and it slips right back in there. So it was just a very heavy but simple piece. And I'm not even really sure what metal that's made out of. But if you were to really ask me, I would say iron, because that's how heavy it feels. Okay, so then this was another piece that I recently found. So you saw this on my show already. I got it because it was an owl. And when I find the owl pieces, they're always sitting on something, usually a branch or whatever. But, I've come across some pieces that weren't. But this is one that you've actually seen, and it is sitting on a branch. And I actually think that this piece right here is brass with the eyes, crystal eyes. And then I found a pair of earrings that I thought was cute. Also have the eyes, but just imagine if you're walking, how these would move, the earrings, as you walk. I thought it was cute. Just a regular earring, nothing real special about it. Just a very regular earring. I'm trying to get that piece stacked right so that you can see when you walk that thing's going to move. And then this piece right here, which really is a pendant that would go in a necklace that matches the earrings. So if it was on your person as you were walking, it's going to be hitting you a certain way, but it's cute. And notice how big those eyes are. I thought that was cute, so I couldn't pass that up either. Now, this next piece that I'm going to show you, this piece here, I actually saw with the I Spy Queens that she had this piece, and I couldn't wait to tell her, hey, I have that same exact piece. She had a piece that was just identical to this piece right here. And I thought to myself, well, I have that piece too, so I know that she actually has something. But it also had the crab claw. So what are we looking at, about the 80s? So we're looking at around the 80s there. But this piece also belonged to the lady that I mentioned to you. This was also one of her pieces. So that was piece number 2 that belonged to her. Now the third piece that belonged to her was this piece. And of course it's been worn. It's got a lot of wear in it. And there was no necklace that came with it. Also a piece is missing, the jump ring. But if you look at the eyes, you can see that they had some jewels in them. And they were just, can you imagine Al's eyes twiggling like that? That's so funny. But anyway, so that was another piece that she had. So those would have been all the pieces that were in the jewelry box that was given to me, as far as owl pieces go, because I don't want you to think that there wasn't more pieces in there. There were so many pieces in there, and some even had a little value to them. So the other thing that I had was this ring that I found, and I found this ring recently. It's a stretch ring. It has the enamel paint on it and the little eyes on it, which I thought was cute, so I ended up getting it. And it's just a stretchy ring, but it's very cute. So that's why I ended up getting that piece. And then I came across this piece that was actually inside one of my jewelry jars. And of course, you know, I thought that was adorable. It's an owl, of course, and it's sitting on a branch. And it turned out to be a cute little piece. And it has a little stone of some sort in there. I doubt if it's really a stone, but it could be glass. I'm not sure what it is, but it is beautiful. The breast of the owl. And I thought that was adorable. And then if you look on the wings, there are little crystals that are there. So I thought that was a really pretty piece. And then I had this piece, which you have seen this before because I showed you that it came in another jar. And I was really hoping that I found the other piece. And of course I did find the other piece. This was an earring, a pierced earring. Oops. That was a pierced earring, and it actually came with the other earring, but it was broke. So I was debating at that time whether or not I should get it fixed, and then I decided not, because, you know, you're not going to get, reselling is not going to allow you to, you know, basically get your money back on every item that you had. But I really thought that those were some really cute pieces, and I actually have more owl pieces. I just pulled out the ones that I was going to talk about because, again, I'm trying to shorten my videos, but not so short that you're not learning anything from them. I still want you to learn something, so that's one of the reasons why I brought out all the little owl pieces that I liked, and the 3 that were actually given to me inside of a jewelry box. And you've actually seen the actual jewelry box. Purse. You've actually seen the purse. And then come to find out that the purse is actually worth something too. I looked it up online a long time ago, and when I first started pulling the jewelry out, and it was selling at that time for $65. But I'm pretty sure it's probably more now. This purse is a very vintage purse, and I don't see anything on here that gives a name, but the stuff that it's made out of, wow. I mean, look at the little latch there. And then you have the latch back here. And then when you open it, this is what you get. They inlaid it with some kind of burlap. I believe that's burlap. And this right here may have been added later. I don't know, but maybe that's what it was. But it was to keep it from opening all the way so fast, because it would just probably open and really mess up the purse. And it could have already been there. But man, all the stuff that I found in here, I just thank that young man. I mean, I call him young because I thought that was very sweet that he did that and allowed me to have it. Oh, found another bracelet that I didn't even know was in here. Well, we'll just take that out. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. And, you know, if you find owl jewelry, just go and do your own research and realize that I guess owls were really important back in the early centuries of living throughout the world. Each group of people had their own symbolisms for what the owl meant to them. But one thing for sure is the owl that we know today is the wise old owl. So on that note, I'm going to end. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you have learned something from this episode. All right, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And give me the thumbs up if you'd like. And hit the notification bell so that whenever my shows come on, it will notify you that I've put up a new one. Okay? Thank you. Guys, have a good day. Bye-bye.